Good morning students, welcome in my new video which is related to the chemistry of class 10th. In this video we will discuss some important topics which are very useful for the next coming examination, and in this video we will study or discuss about the second chapter of chemistry, that is acid, base and salt. In this chapter we will study about acid and its types and many more. First of all, what is acid? How you can define acid? Acid is a substance which has sour in taste, turns blue litmus into red, and when they react with metals they give hydrogen gas. As for example, you can say H2SO4, HNO3, nitric acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid, oxalic acid, lactic acid are all the examples of different acids. How you can test acid? So you can test acid by the help of litmus paper. Litmus is a dye, purple color dye, which is obtained from plant of Thallophyta group. It is used as indicator to test acid or base. First of all, we should know about litmus. Litmus is a dye obtained from plant of Thallophyta group. It is used to test different types of acid and bases. How you can test acid and base? By the help of litmus. Acid turns blue litmus to red and base turns red litmus to blue, and litmus is known as indicator. Here we will also know about indicators. What are indicators? Indicators are such type of substances which gives us information about acid and base and the completion of neutralization reaction by changing its color are called indicators. First example is litmus, second one is methyl orange, third phenolphthalein, etc. are the example of litmus. We can classify indicators in different groups. First group is natural indicator. Natural indicators are such substances obtained from plants or animals, etc. As for example, cabbage juice, litmus, all are the example of natural indicators. Second one is synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are such indicators which are prepared in laboratory and used as indicator in acid-base neutralization reaction. As for example, methyl orange, phenolphthalein are the example of such indicators. And there is another special indicators that is known as olefinic indicators. In olefinic indicators, what are olefinic indicators? So such type of indicators which gives us information about acid base reaction by its odor. That means change in odor used as indicator. Example, onion juice is olefinic indicators. Vanilla essence is also olefinic indicators. These are all about indicators, and next topic in this chapter is how acid react with different compounds, such as the reaction with acid and metals, acid and metal carbonates, acid and metal bicarbonates, and acid and metal oxides. So first of all, we should know that metals react with acids to form salt and H2 gas is liberated in this process. That means the reactive metal when react with dilute acid, they form salt and H2 gas is liberated. You can take very simple example Zn plus H2SO4, arrow ZnSO4 plus H2. In this reaction, hydrogen gas is liberated in the form of bubble which could be separated. After that, there are some metals which does not give hydrogen atom. You must remember all such groups. The metals which does not evolve hydrogen gas when react with acid are Cu, Hg, Ag and Au. Copper, mercury, silver and gold. There are four metals and platinum also. They react with acid and does not give hydrogen gas. Next reaction is reaction of metal carbonate and acid. Metal carbonates are also basic in nature, thus they react with acid to form salt, water and CO2 gas got evolved. You can give the example of sodium carbonate Na2CO3 when react with H2SO4, it forms Na2SO4 plus H2O plus CO2. Here CO2 gas when passed through lime water, it turns milky. That means when you pass CO2 gas into lime water, the lime water turns milky due to the formation of white precipitate of calcium carbonate. But if you pass excess amount of CO2 in lime water, then what happens? This precipitate which is formed again dissolved by the formation of calcium bicarbonate. Similarly, metal bicarbonates are also basic in nature and they react with acid to form salt water with liberation of CO2. You can take the example of NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. The equation will be 2NaHCO3 plus 2HCl arrow 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. In this way, metal carbonates and bicarbonates react with acid. Next one is reaction with metal oxides. As you know, metal oxides are basic in nature and so when metal oxides react with acid, they form salt and water. That means it is an example similar as neutralization reaction. Next one is metal oxides are basic in nature, but there are some metal oxides which have amphoteric nature. That means here you will know about the amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxides are such type of oxides which shows both acidic and basic nature depending on their condition, and the example of amphoteric oxide is Al2O3 and ZnO. Similarly, after that we will study about the reaction between acid and base. What is acid-base reaction? These reactions are known as neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? When an acid reacts with base to form salt and water, the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Very simple example, you can take NaOH plus HCl arrow NaCl plus H2O. Is the best example of neutralization reaction. In acid, in this chapter you will also know about dilution of acid and base. What is dilution? The addition of water into concentrated acid to form solution is called dilution. It is exothermic process in which acid is added to water to form dilute acid. Here you must remember that in this process you must not add water into acid. You have to add acid into water, because if you add water into acid, then large amount of heat suddenly evolved and so the accident could took place. Thus it is advised to add acid into water and not water into acid. And after that we will know about the base. What are base? Base are generally the hydroxides of metals and other compounds also. Thus, a base is a substance which is bitter in taste, soapy to touch, and turns red litmus to blue, are called bases. As for example, NaOH, KOH, AlOH, whole 3, etc. But here we must know about the difference between base and alkali. And what is alkali? An alkali is such type of base which is soluble in water. That means those bases which are soluble in water known as alkali, and all metal hydroxides are known as base. As for example, NaOH is alkali because it is soluble in water. After that we will know the classification of acid. The acids and bases are also classified into a strong and weak section. That means acid has two types. First one is a strong acid like HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, and second one is weak acid like HCOOH, formic acid, acetic acid, lactic acid, oxalic acid, etc. are the category of weak acid. Similarly, the bases can also be classified into a strong and weak. A strong bases are such bases which gives large amount of OH hydroxide ion in solution, as for example NaOH, KOH, etc. Similarly, weak bases are such bases which does not give large amount of hydroxide ion in solution, as for example aluminum hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. The strength of acid is calculated by a special type of a scale that is known as pH scale. pH scale is a type of a scale which is based on hydrogen ion concentration present in solution, and the value of pH varies from 0 to 14, and by this scale we can calculate that whether the solution is either basic, neutral, or acidic. As for example, for acidic solution the pH will be less than 7, for basic solution the pH will be greater than 7, and for neutral solution the pH will be 7. And so this pH of a solution is largely used in our surrounding. As for example, in the digestion of food, the digestion in stomach took place in acidic medium, and whereas pancreas digests the food in basic medium. Our tooth undergo decay by the effect of pH, because when food remain in between the teeth, it decomposes to form acid, and which damages our upper surface of the teeth. Similarly, many insects used pH for its defense, such as nettle. It releases formic acid for its safety, and so it is also beneficial for him. There are many substances present around us which contains different types of acid. As for example, all citrus fruit contains like lemon, citric acid, lemon, orange, mosambi, etc. Vinegar contains acetic acid, and orange also contains citric acid. Tamarind contains tartaric acid, and tomato oxalic acid, and curd is a substance which contains lactic acid. Similarly, you can study all about acid and base. In my next video we will discuss about different types of salts. Till then, remember it, revise it, and like and subscribe my video as much as possible. Thank you.